Rachel, the statement is acceptable. It is acceptable for high body count men to prefer to date low body count or virgin women. You disagreed. And then we had...
Where did the wheelchair ladies go?
Well, there's one left, and then she's in the bathroom.
Wait, you're in a wheelchair too?
Yeah,
yeah. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Jay, you also disagree with that, and then Laura, you also disagree with that. So, for those of you who are here at the table, Rachel and Jay and Laura.
I don't think for me it necessarily even has to do with it being body count. I think it's the double standard that's unacceptable. Like a man who has a super high body count wanting a low body count woman. I also think it would be wrong if it was a high body count woman wanting a low body count man.
Sure.
So I think that's my issue.
I'll respond first before I let these other give their take. Don't you have a double standard of your own?
I'm sure somewhere I do.
What do you mean? You've already disclosed it on the show. You're in a wheelchair. You would not date somebody who's in a wheelchair. Is this not a double standard?
I think it has to do more with like practicality. There's nothing practical about body
there's
counts.
plenty practical about not wanting to, despite your own high body count, not wanting to date a woman who has a high body count.
What?
What? Well, for example, I mean, I don't know if this would be considered practical, but like the more sexual partners you've had, the greater risk you have an STD. So I think it's pretty practical to not want to date a woman who has herpes, for example. Like that's pretty practical.
But what about the guy? Like he also has a high body count. Yeah.
Well, let's assume he has a high body count, but he didn't. He rolled the dice with his dick, but he was lucky, didn't get herpes.
I feel like a low body count woman could also have herpes.
Sure, but do you think it's more likely for a high body count woman to have an STD?
Sure.
All right. I mean, it's just, this is based in fact and science.
Yeah.
The more sexual partners you have, it doesn't, look, you could sleep with 100 people and not get anything, but like the chance is way higher.
Well, let's look at
he's just going to invade the
like just a really basic factor here, which is the revolting factor. So the idea that a person is revolted or has revulsion towards another person, they're not going to be with them, right? We'll stop the show for you.
Wait, did something?
No, she said that Luna said that the STDs are just going to invade the planet.
Like, yeah, he's all dirty and he just wants to invade her cleanliness. That's gross. Like if a guy has like had a high body count, you just want like. But what if you have something and you're trying to? Like,
yeah, but it's illegal. If they get you something and they know they had it, it's illegal.
No, that's not illegal.
Yeah, you can sue them.
Yeah, you can. You usually lose, right?
And not if they know about it and they didn't mention it to you.
The burden of proof is on you, right, to demonstrate it was never mentioned. So it's very difficult to prove something like that, which would be a good practical reason not to be with somebody who had a high body count, I suppose, which would make kind of the point both ways. But diving into this, I'm just looking at it from the idea of being revolted or not revolted. I don't think that you can help who you're revolted by or activities you're revolted by, right? You just can't really help it. So even if you were a person who yourself had a proclivity towards having sex with a lot of people, you could still have the preference of wanting to be with a person who didn't because you found it revolting. I don't know why that would necessarily be problematic.
Would that be considered a fetish or?
No, not a fetish. You could have reasons outside of a fetish for wanting that. One is just you just find people more attractive than with less people because you're just less revolted by it.
Well,
I don't see how that's a fetish.
Yeah,
From my experience,
hold on.
sorry.
Okay, let's hear it.
From my experience, guys don't like it when you don't have experience. Like,
wait, what?
Oh, really?
Hold on, what?
Yeah.
Hold on, no. What?
Yeah, like, you don't know how to suck a dick? You don't know how to give a hand job?
What? Hold
Yeah.
on. Wait, but you just said from your experience, how much experience do you have as a femcel?
Not a lot.
So of the experiences you do have,
Yeah.
the men were like, you suck at...
No. They were. I text, and on Hinge or on Bumble, and they're like, well, like on the second date, would you at least give me a blowjob? And I'm just like, I don't know, like maybe, but I don't know if I'm good at giving blowjobs. And like, how do you not know if you're good at sucking dick? And I'm just like, well, I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Yeah.
Your own personal
Sorry, I
attitudes
apologize if I
aside.
was too explicit, Brian. But
No,
I'm
that's-
just
well,
telling
that's
you,
not the
I can
issue.
show you text
So
messages.
let's just
That's
test
not the
this
issue.
real quick.
She wants to show you, Ryan.
If you had sucked, if you
Well,
had a
I'm not
guy
lying,
that you
you
were
know,
with,
you
let's
know.
say,
Autistic women give the best blowjobs. I mean, this is obviously the case. That's a compliment. What the fuck? All right. So, okay, going back to you. You mentioned the double. What is it? Did I say something?
You know you said something.
What did I say?
That was just so weird and out of pocket to say.
I gave.
It was just the whole. It was the back and forth.
something happen between you?
I was not ready.
No, like you know how like with autism, right? There's
I sensitive?
Asperger's.
hyper focus. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, like with
Like if their special
Asperger's,
interest
like
is,
and
like,
they hyper focus in on like, and they become really good at like painting, or like if they're an athlete, they're really good at being that. And there's like autistic
You're a good
Asperger
person,
women.
Brian.
There's Asperger women who hyper focus in on just sucking dick. And
So
let
you
me
don't
tell you one
understand.
thing. No, just kidding.
You know?
That's good.
You know?
That's
I've
good.
fucked an autistic woman before.
That's good. But
I
a
am
lot
proud
of
of
men
you.
won't,
I had
though.
sexual intercourse with an
A
autistic.
lot of men refuse to
You see
have
how she grabbed
sex.
the mic? Yeah,
with-
you know she's gonna.
Come on now. A lot of men refuse to have sex
With
yeah,
what? With you?
Yes, because they say, "Oh, I don't want to take advantage of you."
Oh,
I'm
because
sorry,
they
I've been
think because you're
drinking a little bit.
autistic?
Yeah, 'cause I don't want to take advantage of you. And I'm like,
No.
no, you're not taking advantage of me. And they're like,
But
no, but
You're doing them a favor. Just kidding. I'm
It's
kidding.
not
That's
like
a
you
joke.
can't-
It's
I've-
like charity.
I went on a date with a guy and he literally was like, "So you're a little slow?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm a little slow. I'm not ashamed of it." And he's like, "Oh, I don't want to
I
take
like
advantage
slow
of
women.
you."
like so
Like men
There's something
truly
hot
think
about a slow.
How they can't run away.
Oh, Andrew, what the hell? Is his internet all fucked? Okay, we're getting him back. I think his internet.
Everything goes over.
No, there's something like I think there's kind of like as long as it's legal, you know, like because there's a threshold where it's like if they're
It's like wrong.
it's wrong.
not someone that has
I
Down
wouldn't do
syndrome,
that.
obviously,
Yeah.
Well,
or
hold
someone
on.
that's
I
low
feel like
functioning
there's
breaks
people in
there.
relationships.
You
But,
said
like,
that they do it the best though,
yeah.
so that was your best experience.
Are we still here?
No, we got you, Andrew. We got
yeah,
you.
but I'm just saying, like,
Oh.
part of
I
my
think he
experience.
froze again.
Oh,
Shit.
okay.
Okay.
Should I continue?
Yes.
Okay, part of
Continue,
my
please.
experience, part of my lived experience.
Tell me.
Especially with if I do find a black man that's high functioning autistic,
Wait.
he's like high masking. I went on 2 dates with dudes that were like that. They're like high masking, and so they're like, well, how do I know that you're not gonna put my nudes online? And I'm like, well, if you want me to send you a picture of me naked, I need you to send me a picture of you naked. You know, like
Period.
I'm not like. The struggle is real, you know.
The struggle is real. You are so right.
Femcells do exist. because
Femcells rise up.
there is a lot of women that have trouble finding a man that they're attracted to
Go off,
have
queen.
sex with.
Go
Yes.
off, queen.
Like these women, they don't want to have sex with men that they're not attracted to,
Sorry.
because that gives them like bad sex is a form of trauma, and
Yeah.
they watch TikToks
I've
and they
been
watch
men all bad at
traumatized
sex.
so many times.
and they don't want to do it. And
I've been traumatized.
socially awkward women exist.
Wait, can you tilt your mic down just a little bit?
Socially awkward women exist.
That, yes.
And they're in all different types of races.
Yes.
And it's very hard. I'm sorry, I'm a little tipsy. It's very hard.
Yeah, you've been
sometimes.
cracking open those fucking. She been cracking that
be
shit
on a
open.
plane
man.
turn,
Fuck.
right?
I know. I have to go on the plane at like 5 o'clock this morning.
Damn,
I
bro,
just
what?
came from the plane over here.
Wait,
So
there
you're
is
saying
alcohol
that
this
you think
entire
that men would
time?
prefer that their women have fucked a bunch of other men before them?
Well, when I'm texting with them, like it's
Hang on. Without the long, elongated anecdote.
Thank you,
Just
Andrew.
a simple answer to the question. Do you think that a man would prefer that his woman had sucked 10 dicks before his dick?
a man that's looking for a long-term relationship. No, he would not prefer that. But some men are looking for short-term, and they lie and they say that they're looking for long-term.
So are we blasting out body counts or what?
Yeah, we'll
You go first.
No, you go first. You go first. Wait, so hold on. I don't even. We're
Traumatized
something
so many
about-
times.
Okay, that was a lot. But thank you, Cassie. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I appreciate
The honesty.
your
many
honesty and your openness talking about your life experiences.
Yes.
And but were we on age gap? No, we were talking about high body count.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think, honestly, even for a one night stand, I think the dude picks the virgin, assuming she's down to have the one night stand, picks the virgin over the girl with 100 bodies, even for the one night stand. I'm taking the virgin for them.
Okay.
For them, yeah. Okay, good talk to Cassie. I'm glad we had that back and forth there. That was good. That was good. You're the homie, Cassie. What's up? By the way, you said you only date black guys, or like?
I only date black guys.
Do you date African?
No, he wants to know.
what?
I know you. I know
Well,
you
check it
want to
out,
know.
check it
I
out,
know you
right?
want to know.
Yeah.
Do you
These
date-
socially awkward white dudes, they're like, oh, I've never been with a black girl.
thinking,
And I'm
I'm
just
not
like,
socially
okay,
awkward.
let's be friends.
What the fuck? Wait, Cassie, question though.
Yeah.
Is it just black dudes or is it also African Americans?
I like Nigerians. I like people from Trinidad and Jamaica and Barbados. I do have a preference for black people that are not
African
American.
Americans.
African Americans is like the fourth on the list.
Fourth.
Yeah.
Okay, because like I'm technically African American.
Bro,
I'm crying. I'm dead.
No, I'll tell you-
I'm dead. He's like, matter of fact. Matter of fact, I am Nigerian.
Cassie,
you're
check
playing
this shit.
the Elon Musk card right now. He's like, I'm African American.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Because so my dad was born in North Africa and my mom was born in America. Technically, I'm African American.
I'm not like I'm friends with a bunch of white dudes.
You only date black dudes. I thought you date like African Americans.
I like black so there's
'Cause
a difference.
I'm white,
Yeah.
but I'm African American.
Oh my god.
We all came from somewhere.
No,
we all came from somewhere.
She's my Caucasian right there. That's my Caucasian.
Wait,
I'm
hold on.
friends with
No.
like all these
You're part white.
I don't claim that part of me.
You don't claim that. What the fuck? All right.
Yeah, I like being friends with white
My brother
dudes.
from another mother.
Are you Mike? Can you be my Are you just like, or are you Latina? Are you Latina?
She's white.
I'm
You're white.
Latina.
Oh, okay.
No, liar.
I am. You know that. I'm
Barely. You're like.
Hispanic.
you're
I'm
like
100% white.
25%.
I'm not mixed with anything.
Okay. Are you my Caucasian?
Yeah, I'm
Hey guys,
100% white.
one mic at a time. Okay, so really quick though, you mentioned the double standard.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure at some point it just cracks out to preference, and
But-
it's a preference that's kind
Sure.
of.
but it's like, I guess my thinking on this whole thing when it comes to double standards is it like, so in order for you to want to be with someone, you need to be exactly the same. Otherwise, it's like, oh, okay, it's unfair or it's a double standard.
I don't think it's unfair. It's just that they are not ignoring their own body count, but
Yeah.
it's a man with a high body count that wants a woman with a lower body count
But
specifically.
it's like, are things you desire in a partner, like, do you need to possess the trait that you desire in a partner?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so I don't think it's wrong. Like in this specific example, a man with a high body count, I think it's fair proposition that it's totally fine for him to prefer to date low body count women or virgins. For example, I mean, there's plenty of, when it comes to, I guess, things that I don't think women really care that much about body count, but like things that women want in men that they don't possess. Like there's plenty of like broke women who would date a rich man. I don't think that's like a double standard or hypocritical. What about like if we're looking at status? So like I'm sure like a woman who's like never been to the gym once, she would love to date a professional athlete. I don't think that makes her a hypocrite. I just think that there are things, traits in men, or well, I suppose there are things that just blanketly make you attractive as a person, and like all people, regardless of if they possess that same trait, they're going to be like, okay, well, I'm attracted to this. How about like I don't know, a nobody chick who has no status who's attracted to like a
and
famous
people
person.
People also get confused on what a hypocrite is. It's not a matter of I listen to, or if you were to say, something like, I listen to rock music, right? But you can't listen to rock music, even though I do. That would be a form of hypocrisy.
Yeah, I don't think it's
the form.
this
Hang on,
hypocritical.
almost done. Just real quick, I just want to clarify this so that you know. The idea of hypocrisy is to be doing something which you yourself would advocate against. That would be what a hypocrite would be. So you're not advocating that it's not okay for somebody with a high body count to date somebody with a low body count, right? So
Yeah.
that wouldn't be hypocrisy.
And then Jay, you had thoughts on this one, and any thoughts on the whole
On the same one about body counts, I think
acceptable for high body count man to prefer to date low body count woman? You
I
disagree?
mean, I think it's hypocritical. As long as the person's clean, I think too they should definitely get an STD test. But like, as long as they're clean, and especially if they've never cheated on any of their exes, like, because you don't know people's stories. You know, maybe someone's in their 30s, but maybe they had a hoe phase when they were in college. So it's like maybe they have a high body count, but it's all from like 10 years ago. But
Yeah, that's
How do I just
but it's
get
not
done
recent.
explaining- I just got done explaining.
I don't think she was
what
listening. Were you
hypocrisy
listening?
Means.
Were you listening?
I literally just got done explaining what hypocrisy means.
It's
it
okay if
can't
you
be
weren't, but just
hypocrisy.
say it.
It's not possible.
No, I was
wasn't
listening, but
listening.
I'm just saying that's why.
She still disagrees. It's okay.
I'm saying that's why I circled it because.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
fair. She was explaining why she circled it.
Yeah,
That's fair.
That's
Okay.
why I circled it.
I see.
Yeah, and I think too, you just got to go with like what. It's going on like a case by case basis because, like I was saying, you know, maybe someone had a hoe phase in college, but now 10 years later, they've barely been with anyone in the last
Sure.
That's
few
valid.
years.
Me.
Yeah, moving
That's
on.
valid.
Moving
Yeah.
on topics.
Like people can change.